coffee together, get my life together, because you know what it's time for? It's time for a casual nerd! What's going on, you guys? It's your huggable hipster here as I get adjusted in the chair! Oh my god. This is what happens when you leave me home alone. I become obnoxious. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Let's get into another episode of the Casual Nerd where we're going to talk about more things. More stuff. Things. You know what this says on my cup? You know what it says? Boss lady. You better respect. So let's get into it. I'm excited. We're gonna start off with a banger because, you know, you guys are crazy and you guys send me really good stuff. So first we're getting into some Sony game news, and it states here in the article that Sony is working on its own cloud gaming strategy, which will be, quote, unique and only on PlayStation, according to SIE boss Jim Ryan. Speaking to Nikki and translated by VGC, Ryan explained that that Sony is still having conversations with Microsoft and exchanging ideas about cloud gaming, and that when the time is right, Sony will share its cloud gaming strategy. In quote, we could conceivably use the cloud for our technical infrastructure, but the cloud gaming experience we're offering will be unique and only on PlayStation, Ryan said. You know what's interesting about this is that it says that they're in talks with Microsoft. So Microsoft knows about everything that's going on. It's not like they're in the dark like, what's happening? Sony is still having conversations with Microsoft and exchanging ideas about cloud gaming, which I love the fact that they're not keeping Microsoft in the dark with any of their business ventures or anything like that. They're giving credit where credit is due, and I have so much respect for Sony as a company. Like, yeah, they didn't come to E3 for like 2 years in a row. I'm not bitter about that still. Are you? No, but in all seriousness, really, I'm so happy that they're talking with Microsoft about this, that there's going to be a PlayStation exclusive in the sense of a cloud service, because I feel like you guys really need that. Like, a lot of PlayStation users really need something like that, the way Microsoft has its cloud service for the Xbox and PC. Let's get on to the next article about Control and 505 being weird!
Calm down, son. It's just a drawing, not the real thing.
I mean, they are being weird. Technically, they are. I'm very hyped up on coffee right now. Wow, I didn't even think I was going to be this energetic when I entered into the recording. But states in the article that 505 Games has removed the option to purchase Control's 2 expansions as well as Season Pass from Control Ultimate Edition Steam page. First spotted by a Restering user, you can see on Steam database that the storefronts for both Control The Foundation and Control AWE have been retired from Steam as per the request of the publisher. This means that users can no longer purchase the DLC separately, meaning Control Ultimate Edition is now the only way to buy it on Steam. Control is a better superhero game than Marvel's Avengers could ever be. I don't have the Ultimate Edition for Control, I have the regular edition. I am going to be playing through that game on my own. I've heard so many good things about it. Saying that it's a better superhero than Marvel's Avengers, I can see that. It continues on in stating that if you're one of the unlucky people who own Control but haven't had the time to jump into either game's expansions, you'll be required to buy another copy of Control just to access the DLC. However, Humble Bundle is temporarily selling the Season Pass for Control for half price. If you're interested in Control's DLC and own the standard version of the game on Steam, make sure to go grab the cheaper Season Pass before it goes away. You see, the thing is that my mind is such a collector's mind because, like, as you guys know, I am a game collector. I collect the special editions, I will collect the figurines, I will collect physical copies. Physical copies are the way to go in my opinion, but my brain just tells me, okay, that just means I have to buy the Ultimate Edition in a physical copy. That's just what that tells me immediately. So I'll have a regular edition and an Ultimate Edition because, I mean, I want to be able to see those damn DLCs. I really feel like it's so rude. That's the first word that comes to my head. I feel like it's so rude what 505 Games is doing currently with this, because you look on the opposite spectrum. Hate CD Projekt Red all you want, but they do so well with their DLCs. They do so well with them. They upgrade them, you know, periodically. They do so, like the Witcher DLCs, those were the way to do DLCs. Like, if you want to know how to properly do DLCs, the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt DLC package, that's the way you do it. The way 505 Games is doing it, where, oh, you know, you have them, but then you take it off, they're doing this back and forth kind of thing, it's really unfair to the player and to the consumer as far as their money expenditure goes. Like, if you're putting down coin for a product, I expect to be able to keep it. This is why I hate digital downloads so much, because if you're downloading it on Steam, you won't have access to that Steam copy anymore. Done. Finito. Over. Like, you swim with the fishes, Tony. So I don't like the fact that they're doing this, and it really kind of like, I don't want to say, okay, I don't mean this in a bad way, but I also mean this in a bad way. It kind of cheapens their product, because if you think about it, what they're really saying is, we don't care about the consumer, we care about the money only, and that leaves such a bad taste in my mouth. Lost Soul Aside, which is a very interesting name for a game. I think it might have originally been in Japanese, which is why the name is the way it is, because I've never heard those, like, words together. Lost Soul Aside. Very, very interesting. I wonder if that was translated from a Japanese name. But it states here in the article that Lost Soul Aside, which looks like an intense hybrid of Devil May Cry and Final Fantasy, has just got a brand new trailer. You might not have heard of the over-the-top action game before, but after watching this extended trailer, it looks like it's in the same vein as the game is Devil May Cry and Bayonetta, being developed by a small team in China. Okay, so not Japanese, Chinese. Okay, so there probably is a translation with the name Lost Soul Aside. I've seen the like little bits of the trailer. There's actually a new gameplay trailer that I'm thinking of reviewing on the channel in the next week or so. But I've heard of this game. It does look like a crossover between Final Fantasy and Devil May Cry. I'm not a fan of Devil May Cry. I don't like the games at all. I think they're really, really boring. No offense to Devil May Cry fans. So, let's get into the next and last article. So this next article is from another Blizzard debacle. Gee, how do we know there was going to be another Blizzard debacle? This time it's not layoffs. This time it has to do with females in the gaming stratosphere. So I got sent this article on Discord, and okay, this is a bit of a long one, so bear with the article whenever you read it, but I'm only going to be reading a section from it, considering the fact that I try to keep these episodes at somewhat of a brain work. At somewhat of a more reasonable chunk, so you guys can digest the videos easily. I will not be reading off the entire article. You can find all articles down in the description below for your viewing pleasure. It's from the article that in November 2019, Xiaoming VK Loon Li hosted the Hearthstone World Championship trophy front of her peers at BlizzCon. As confetti rained down, it felt like we were witnessing a turning point. In quote, a new chapter has begun in Hearthstone history, announced Dan Froden Chow as he joined Li on stage for the coronation. Lee was and still is the only woman to win a world title in Hearthstone. Akali Laki, a Hearthstone Twitch streamer and cosplayer, remembers it was like yesterday. She was in the crowd taking it all in. And quote, I never had so many chills. I was so proud. We thought in that moment that things were going to change, says Lucky in an interview with PC Gamer. Haven't seen a single change since VK Loon 1. There's also another section of the article that I want to read that I didn't copy and paste into this episode, but now that I think about it, I probably should, because I know it'll resonate with a lot of you in the content creation stratosphere. That is, this is from my YouTubers and Twitch streamers who might be watching. It states here that over the past week, Hearthstone community has been embroiled in the controversy over the way games failed to address lack of women in its scene. The flashpoint this time is Blizzard-run competition calls for Crossroads in an invitational which took place Wednesday and pitted two teams of the Hearthstone personality against one another in the pursuit of over $100,000. These game companies need to do better, and you know, like the header says, where Blizzard pledges to do better after a wave of criticism from female Hearthstone pros, I really hope that they do better. I really do, because it's coming down to a point of where, like, a lot of people, women in particular, and trans women, and people who identify as women, don't want to even show their face during a Twitch stream or a YouTube live or anything like that, because of the wave of criticism that it gets. I mean, it's so scary and it's so dangerous just to be a female in the gaming stratosphere that, I don't know, like, a lot of us, and this isn't being over dramatic because it does happen, you know, universe forbid it happen ever to me or somebody that I care about, but it does happen, of where you're literally being doxxed for, you know, just being a female in the gaming universe. Like, that's why I'm so nervous whenever I move out, that I'm going to go to my own place and this will happen. Because, you know, people get your address in weird ways. People do things that are so out of the norm to do that it's frightening. It terrifies me. It absolutely terrifies me. And this, you know, makes me think of the game that was put out about you're basically pretending to be like an audience member or something like that. I forget what it was. No, you're pretending to be a female streamer's mod, and you're seeing everything like unfold. Do we remember that catastrophe of a game that was about to be brought to light? Yeah. It's just scary. I mean, being a female in the gaming world, I'm not gonna lie, it is terrifying at times. And it's always the case of where if you're doing something successful or you're making waves in the game universe by winning a trophy at a competition or doing something that you really love and you're good at it, some people always have to question it and be like, oh, how did she get there? How did she do it? What's the catch here? I work so hard that it's mind-numbing at times. And like for the first time yesterday, and I promised myself I wouldn't bring this up ever again, but you know what? I'm going to use it as an example. For the first time yesterday, seeing just human decency shocked the living hell out of me. Because I did a tweet a couple of days ago now of where I posted controversial game opinions because I need people to understand that these games, these topics surrounding the game universe, these are important to discuss. So I said that Fallout 3, this is a terrible game. I said Silent Hill Homecoming, vastly underrated game. If you are a mobile gamer, you are a gamer too. Like I remember I had an opinion back in the day that, you know, if you mobile game, that's not actually gaming. Oh my god. People can grow and change their opinions, and that's what I've done about that subject. And also, the console wars are a complete abomination. People had more to say about the fact that I didn't like Fallout 3 than anything else on that list. That's not what shocked me the most. What shocked me the most was how these people treated me with kindness, and they respected my take, and they were like, hey, I don't agree with you, but you know what? It's okay that you don't like Fallout 3. I've never gotten that before. When I was first doing my review, you guys know the amount of harassment, the amount of just hate I got for not liking the game. And to see people acting towards me with kindness and understanding and just being a decent human being, that meant more to me than anything. I was so surprised at that. And so many of my friends who commented, I was so happy that we were all, you know, able to have this decent conversation around the issue. And you know what? I will forever be grateful for that. Because I do put myself out there. So yeah, that got a little bit long-winded and everything like that, but I hope you I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of The Casual Nerd. And if you guys like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell down below because I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. But stay casually nerd, you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.